So, good morning, everyone. I have found a new term. It is a new term for me because I never found the name for it, but for me it was ever present since the 11th September. It's called Stoicism. I never heard before about it, but as I watching the first videos, I'm clearly, absolutely feeling know about it, but with some differences. So one is I see a video where comes the four levels of Stoicism, and this was something I really fast understand it, and I think it's called same in magic like I forget the name. How say this in magic? Not priest. It is in Dark Soul. Paladin. Yeah, Stoicism is Paladin. This is what I mean. Stoicism is a part of Paladins. Paladins use Stoicism. So they do nothing bad. They hold on under pressure. And there is one point they forgive their enemies. And so on. And this is what makes the reason, the ground of Stoicism, to master it yourself. But there are come two problems. Stoicism is not reached in brutal situation, and it's not reached in magic. I nothing listening about Stoic magic, but all my case in magic is based on Stoic philosophy. So I began as first with the mass of all things. This is what it's called, the system it works. So there is one clip in the video I see there was some network and there inside was a star and he takes the star. So it is a little bit something of magic maybe inside. But what the important part is, if you will call yourself a combat magician, there you have to be definitely be under pressure. So the problem is you cannot learn to be yourself under pressure without to get to be under pressure. Oh, sorry. So, through 9/11, I'm a lot under pressure. So it was all changed with my 18th birthday on the 12th September, not on the 11th September. So 11th September was the last day of my childhood, and from there I was ever under pressure from TV and some all that stuff, things, what happens, Red John, and so on and so on. So I learned to be under pressure on different situation. It means like some party situations, some different parties. They are from there, they are from there, they like to have this, they like to have this, and some different stuff, right? So it's begun with party pressure begins with Nazi, right? This is a political pressure where you can fall in if you're white, right? You can be white and not absolutely not interested into Hitler or Nazi Germany or fascism. They call you a Nazi because you look so. They call you a Nazi. There is absolutely nothing what have to do with it. So if yeah, this is one pressure can drop on this situation as example. So if this pressure use long time, if this pressure using long time, there will get create some mana, right? Mana, we all know about games from magicians use mana to use their spells and wizardry and whatever to make their damaging or healing. They use mana. Mana is when I'm a person, I'm not a Nazi, so this is one part in Stoicism where you lie or you say the truth, right? So there is a difference for mana about true and a lie. So if you're not a Nazi and you don't lie, you say the truth because you are not a Nazi, then they say you are a Nazi, your mana will raise up, right? So in inner harmony, you fall down. It's damage your inner harmony, but if you are mastering this pressure, they will raise your mana level, raising up. So this is what you then can use for magic. This is what makes paladin telling paladins. It means like it's what's the name say paladin. It means like it's nothing for me. It's nothing for me. It's for you. Okay, take it. Do what you like to do. I don't have to say to you that I didn't lie or whatever. I cannot change uh, your options. It's not my problem to change your what you do. It's not my problem. So this happens then often. It will raise your mana level up. The problem is in Stoicism is not reaching directly. In all the short videos I see in the last 30 minutes, that I not see there inside that is the how say this the dogma, right? Where the dogma is raising into it, the system. So in the dogma there are probably different look wise from different several parties. So it means like philosophy, different ways of philosophy and religion and whatever. So if they take more and more and more and more and more, and you living this stoicism without to uh, attack back where you lose mana, so there will be raised mana up and up and up. And the difference to the game is that in a shorter way you have a level on so much mana, later you have a level on double mana. So mana is probably doubling themselves up if you use it one time, so it means your mana going up. So here it's put in when it's over and you not use magic, right? You are not in using magic, but your mana level is dropped to the end. So then it comes here, it's growing up again out of your permission, but over your char. When this is happened, then it is what happened what paladins used for their power. But this is the a problem in Stoicism, because what here begins is not a good effect. It's a war effect, or it's a natural disaster effect. It's killing thousands of people from this moment where it's not gonna use, right? Here it's begun to with the part with the how say this, craziness, craziness or so. Um, where it's get into an uncontrollable function, you can control it. You can make control it, but it is um, very difficult, very difficult because the peoples around you they feel this, right? They say you are not in harmony because your money is overdropped, right? Then this is the moment where they begin really watching to you, right? So in first is your mana in the level part. There is the mana level. Here you're attractive. Here you're good. The peoples find you interesting, but it when drop over, they become think strange because your body and your mind is not controlling the same how before, right? So there it's gonna be complicated. So now I lost the way. Paladin. Controlling. So one of the problems is in Stoicism. I think it's um, when you really use Stoicism as a philosophy in person. So you are a person, and your philosophy is Stoicism. There are dangerous places inside, uh, because the rules of Stoicism are more brutal, but they are not given for use it magic. So you are in first of Stoicism to use magic, to use kinetic abilities with your mind controlling your mind. So you will doing this, and you will drop kinetic powers and all that stuff. What you can do if you're controlling your mind, and you ever think good over others, and ever doing blah 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 blah. So then you will come to drop in these powers, but this is only works if you not get attacked, and if you not get attacked, then you are not under pressure. You are not under pressure. So there we are again. Um, then the mana raised up, and then it comes to a different level. Um, so if this different level is come, there are also proposed for healing, possibilities for healing some sickness, or doing wonders, and so on, if you can control it. But these are probably only can get controlled into the next steps. Um, I have forget something, but it's not can come into my mind. Hmm. Yeah, now I see I come to that because I now can concentrate more on Stoicism, but I just can say I use normally Stoicism as a life. From I mean, it's not what judgment and heuristic is tell you what you have to do, right? It is heuristic is Stoicism what you have to be. I think it's often on in police and all that peoples from securities that they are in personality they are stoicists, they are work with Stoicism to control their abilities. This is what makes holding pressure as police officer holding pressure, and so on, and so on, and so on. So Stoicism is in any way something very interesting, but it's not so good. It's fall out of control. So there is difference. I think there is a problem. It's called, if you say I'm a paladin or I'm a stoicist, right? So it means like you can 3 times say asshole to a stoicist, but you can say 1 time asshole to a police officer, right? You can say 100 times asshole to a paladin, but the answer will be deadly, you know? So what is stoicism in this moment? You can 3 times say asshole to a stoicist and he forgives you, you know? You can say 1 time asshole to a police officer, what he believes self he is a stoicist. But you can say 100 times asshole to a paladin, but the answer will be deadly. So I think there is the dogma, exactly. The dogma, where is the dogma is falling in, right? So the multiplicator of the dogma to reaching the level of the dogma, the multiplicator for reaching the level of the dogma. What is the fastest way to reaching the level of the dogma? So if in Stoicism there is a higher elemental level, but there have some negative effects also inside. When you are on a higher level, you are all generate self on the same machine, right? Everybody gets generated on the same machine basics. So there are then you can take this as what is the fastest part to get into the dogma. So first you have not to lie. So twice the watcher not can say the true or the lie, only the owner and the knower can be not the liar. This is when you are in this machine, very application inside for higher knowledge. What is a problem? Because if the other not can, only then the one who knows can. So then how is reaching fast the goal of the dogma is to that when we have these 3 guys, the stoic, the police officer stoic, and the paladin stoic. So we take then it's the fastest option. So the fastest way to reaching the paladin on the fastest way into the dogma is a mathematically position. So there also works Satanism also works in these parameters to make some fastest, baddest effects. So they use, then they think they know the paladin is here, right? And we like to kill 1,000 people. So what we have to do, say the Satanics, is we have to reach the paladin fastest into the dogma. Right? How we do this? We drop on the stoic, make him crazy, that he make the police crazy, and then we say it was the paladin or something like this. So what is the fastest way, in which proportions to bring the paladin in fastest on the dogma? So if you reach the dogma, it will raise 1,000 people's die. So there is also a problem in Stoicism, because the reaching level of the mana and the overreaching level of the normal mana, it's getting faster outreach. This is what I think is a problem in Stoicism. Yeah, I have actually not more idea about it, but this is a little bit about what I know what I have used knowledge in Stoicism without knowing what Stoicism is. So maybe we can say, satanic peoples like use Stoicism to make bigger damage. Maybe, right? So not that they are self-Stoicism, that they just, when they hear Stoicism, think, nice! There is something what we can do bad stuff, right? Because they figure it out really fast. But this is only a bad interpretation of a situation. So there is not have to be. But there is a dangerous factor inside that the dogma works. So the dogma is problematic in this case, that only the creator or the owner of the dogma know that he is not lie. The other don't know that they lie or not lie. So this is a regular problematic aspect. So this was it for the first Stoicism stream. This was the first Stoicism stream I ever have made. So I hope it was not too bad to understand. So I will seek now new videos about Stoicism in Magic. Really interesting time to talk about paladins. If you seek paladin in the internet, you will not very lot of found. Only you found the game jars as paladin. Paladin in history is really difficult to find because I have seeking it and then I have found nothing about paladins. They are probably normally not really exist. I just check it on Google. Maybe there has something changed in machine. Oh no, Wikipedia. Palatinus ist mit besonderer Würde ausgestatteter Adliger. Ah, okay. It's not what it's meaning paladin. It's not. So if you're reading what is a paladin, it's not the same like I talking in Stoicism. So there you will be fail. If you like to, as a synonym, unshaking hero. Yeah. So pressure versus the bad side, versus evil side. Best friend. So I use paladin also as cleriker. Diakons, Bishop, Klerus, Wikipedia. Kleriker. No. Yeah, paladin is not reaching into Klerus, but paladin has in the combination with Stoicism much more to do with Klerus, so in English clergy, with much more to do with clergy, as you read possible in texts of Paladin. So there is two parts, but Paladin without be clergy is not, in my look-wise, a Paladin. So in a short form you can say a Paladin is a person, he is working and believing into the good, but he's also, because he is so controlled, a position where he get attacked because the others are not so controlled and they are not so so he take a watch of negative to himself, and the people say it's because you don't give the others the schuld, it's because of you, and he is actually exactly doing this all the time, and so it's struggled up all the time, and they don't know that he is for the good, and they say he is a bad guy, and in end effects it's, and he is use evil magic because 100 people die. Right. Cheers.